What's good YouTube, it's Money Man. Coming at y'all another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing an Opium discography ranking tier list. Alright, as you guys can see, we have every single Opium project that has dropped in the span of the 3 years that Opium has officially been a label, right? It started kind of like 2020, so 3 years Opium has officially been out, and we got a couple projects from Ken, Lone, Homicide. We're not going to be ranking any Carti project, we're just going to be ranking the members of Opium, so Ken, Lone, Homicide. And I've been wanting to actually make this video for quite some time, but I felt like now was the appropriate time to do so, because essentially Opium October did kind of end. Everybody in Opium did drop some type of music in the month of October 2023. Obviously we got Lone, Deluxe for If List to Kill, Ken and Homicide Game both dropped projects, Fifth Amendment and A Great Chaos, and it seems to be that everybody in Opium has dropped their albums or body of work for the year of 2023. I don't expect anybody in the label to be dropping in 2023 other than you know who. We're not even going to say his name at this point because I honestly gave up as to when Carti is going to be dropping. Who knows? But we're going to be ranking every single project of the Opium label that has ever been put out. Obviously this is up to date. We got A Great Chaos and Fifth Amendment, so this is the most newest ranking ever that could be possibly done. All right, and then also I did put the list in chronological order as to when every single project dropped in the time span going by date. So T-Nex, obviously we got Broken Hearts and T-Nex Relapse all kind of dropped in 2020. Then we got like the 2021 projects, then we got the 2022, and then of recent date, right? So we're going to be starting off with T-Nex, Ken's, I would say, breakout EP. Obviously he did have some music out before this, which was the Boy Barbie EP, which is nothing too crazy in my opinion. He had gold medal on that. Pink Panther was the only song I did like on that project from Ken. And then with this Teen X EP, obviously we got Yale, which is crazy now because Yale, it dropped in 2020, we're in 2023, and the song is gold now, which is crazy that Ken Carson has a plaque to his name, which is insane. So we got a gold record from this Yale. We got Teen X Babe, and honestly nothing else was really too impressive. It was a short body of work. There was like 3 or 4 songs in my opinion, and the only 2 that really stood out was Yale. And you could kind of say Teen X Babe, but that wasn't really none too crazy in my opinion. Around this time, this was a great Ken era. You just had to be there. So yeah, Teen X, the EP, honestly is nothing too much to say about it. Cool body of work from Ken, none too crazy, none special, pretty forgettable, other than Yale, of course. So I'm going to put this off C tier, to be honest. Easy C tier. Now going into Broken Hearts, which held me down in the Lone pandemic for quite some time. Y'all know the Lone drought was real. From Broken Hearts to No Stylist, that wait was crazy, bro. We were going through it, fighting every day. When is No Stylist dropping? After countless fake release dates, it's dropping. I remember Lone posted a picture of, when quarantine was happening in New York City, Times Square with the snow. He was like, No Stylist soon. And he said, No Stylist after I drop this, or No Stylist after my LA show. And it was No Stylist this, that, and it never dropped. So the Broken Hearts to No Stylist wait was quite some time. And you just had to be there around this time. Broken Hearts, such a good project from Lone. Obviously this was actually kind of pre-Opium. This kind of dropped before Lone was actually in Opium, right? Because this dropped in 2020. Lone didn't really officially sign to Opium until like 2021, early 21, right? So this was actually before Lone was Opium, and this is such a classic, bro. This is out of the 2021 wave, the Yeats, the Ken, the Fago, all that, y'all know. I'd say Broken Hearts is easily top 3. I gotta put that top 3. And bro, this held me down in the drought, bro. Such a good body of work from Lone. Super slept on. I feel like a lot of people overlook this project. They don't really give it the flowers it deserves. And then also, we got to talk about Lone during this time. 2020 Lone was on some other type of stuff, bro. You just had to be there. 2020 Lone was crazy. And if you were there, you knew. Remember when Destroy Lonely Archive had more monthly listeners than Destroy Lonely himself? That was such a crazy time. Lone and Clayco were going so stupid around this time, bro. That was in Lone and Clayco's prime, in my opinion. 2020 Lone to 2021 Lone, you just had to be there. Great times. But with Broken Hearts, easy. It's starting off the S tier, easy. It's like, this is a no-brainer, right? S tier for sure. Then we got Teen X Relapse, which I believe it dropped on January 1st of 2021. One of my earliest memories of this was Ken Carson. If you knew, Highest Shit was Ken Carson's biggest grail at that time. Highest Shit was the grail everybody wanted. I remember one of my oldest memories of Ken Carson and Teen X Relapse was that Ken Carson was like in LA in like a Ferrari or a red Lambo. He was chilling with Bloody Dior, playing High as Shit. And I remember I kept playing that video over and over again because High as Shit was so hard. Then it finally dropped. I also remember Ken Carson had like a Cyberworld performance. Him and Carti had a Cyberworld performance on New Year's that time. And he was like, my album's about to drop tonight or the day after that. Ken with the all white V-Lone with the black Bottega puddle boots. This was a great Ken era as well, especially if you were in LA, because if you were in LA, Ken was spoiling LA, bro. There was so many LA pop-ups. There was so many merch pop-up stores. There was so many little concerts. You just had to be there. Great era from Ken. Easily S tier. Obviously, we got Teen X Babe, we got Teenager Rager, we got Butterfly, we got High as Shit. And I remember Ken was also putting out very short songs. I remember him tweeting, he was like, Project X, I'm gonna give y'all 2-verse songs, 3-minute, 2-minute songs, because bro was only dropping like a minute songs around that time. And this was a great Ken Carson era. You just had to be there. Super fun times. And that being said, we're going into Project X, which will be the debut project of Opium, right? This is the first project, first album to drop under Opium. Like I said, Broken Hearts was not Opium, it's pre-Opium for Loan. And this was the official first Opium project. And man, you talk about setting the bar high. Man, this was, like I said, Broken Hearts was in my top 3 of the new 2021 underground wave. I got Project X in there too. Broken Hearts, Project X, and I'll probably throw Up to Me in there as well. Up to Me or 2 Alive, but those 4 are easily the best projects to come out of that new wave of the underground. And like I said, this was setting the bar so high, bro, because this blew everybody's minds. Like, yo, Ken is on this is Carti's artist. Because prior to Project X, not many people knew Ken Carson for Ken Carson, right? They just knew him as Playboi Carti's artist, or if anything, right? Opium wasn't really a big thing. It was like kind of going under the radar a little, and this is kind of what put Opium, that stamped Opium, was like, yo, we coming and we ain't playing. Because bro, Project X, bro, that bar was set so high. Such a great project from Ken. Is this Ken Carson's greatest project ever? I don't know about that. I kind of think A Great Chaos gave it a run for its money, but a great era from Ken Carson as well. And one of my earliest memories of Project X was during that summer, I was playing the Project X snippets on repeat. Clutch and Rock and Roll. I think one of the snippets was called Suicidal or something like that. And I would play. I knew like y'all see me react to these albums and know all the songs before they even came out. It was the same thing with Project X. It was nothing new. I knew all the snippets before the song officially dropped, and they were like even 10 times better when we could actually hear it on, you know, official streaming platforms. So Project X, easily S tier. Is this the best Opium album ever? I don't know, but it's easily top 3 for sure. Broken Hearts, I would say Project X, No Stylist, and maybe A Great Chaos and Broken Hearts, probably top 4. But this is, like, talk about setting the bar high. That bar was set really high, and it was eager for us to know more about Opium and see what Ken and Carti were cooking up with the label, right? And then also, Ken was holding down the label. Like, Ken was carrying the Opium label around this time. I just had to put that out there because he was holding his ground with the Opium label. And then the next project, being Snotty World, is going to be everybody's, I wouldn't say everybody, but most people's first introduction to Homicide Gang. And not many people knew if they were Opium around that time. Me, I was questioning, like, yo, are they in Opium? Are they just Carti affiliates? Are they just Carti shooters? I don't know. Are they officially in Opium? Do they make music for real? But this kind of stamped that, and this was like, yo, we in Opium, and we were like for real, right? Not many people had any expectations going into this project, and I think this project impressed a lot of people. Like, I remember one of my earliest memories was reading a tweet or some TikTok, and they said, whoever put these hood dudes on Filthy Beats needs a Grammy, because they went stupid. Because, like, who expected Bino and Michi, right? They don't look the type of rappers to hop on Filthy Beats or do this rockstar type of stuff, and they went stupid on it, right? So Snotty World, I'm gonna give this honestly A tier, right? This was a classic in my opinion. I remember their first performance was at Smokers Club. I went crazy. Y'all probably clicked the video right here. I only recorded one video, but I was like, yo, I cannot wait to see Homicide Gang perform. Holler, Big O Shit, what else they had? I have the tracks right here. Fiona, they had Fi Lifestyle, Rockstar, I Rock Out Anywhere, I Rock Out, I Did That Boy in Fashion. I remember Bino and Michi, they had the twin sickos. That was a great era also. And yeah, Snotty World, easy A tier. I don't think anybody can complain or have any negative perception of this project. Nobody had any expectations going into it, and I would say it impressed a lot of people. So easy A tier in my opinion. Now we're going into X from Ken Carson, which was kind of a more controversial body of work from Ken. There's a lot of mixed reviews on this project. You know, there's a lot of people who are like ride or dies with this project, and there's a lot of people who are just saying it's mid, it's whatever, I can live without it. And I'm leaning towards that spectrum, right? I don't think X was that crazy in my opinion. It was kind of just forgettable in my opinion. There was nothing that really stood out to me on X that really impressed me, or that really was like, yo, this is how Ken is coming from Project X. Because I remember Project X, he set the standard high, and that Project X era and, you know, what he delivered was so good. And then we got X, which was, it just didn't really felt that memorable. It didn't really felt that good in my opinion. Obviously, the only one that really stood out to me from X was Freestyle 2. Other than that, does anybody else have any songs that really blow their minds? When Project X, he came in with Clutch, he came in with Hella, he came with Rock and Roll, he came in with Shake, he came in with that second half of Project X, which was more of like a slower, you know, hyperpop type thing, right? Whereas X, it was just mostly like hype front to back. And we enjoyed that, but it was just a little forgettable in my opinion. And I'm gonna put this at B in my opinion. I know a lot of people are gonna be mad at that because there's a lot of ride or dies for X, but I'm just not one of them in my opinion. Now we got No Stylist, which was easy S tier. I'd probably say it is the best Opium album to exist, front to back. Just, bro, y'all remember that first listen? Forget the first listen. The lead up to No Stylist was crazy, right? I talked early in the video about the drought, you know, loan, fake release dates, all that, right? And then to think, bro does a surprise drop in the middle of the X-Man tour. Bro's like, yo, I'm dropping No Stylist. And then the next day, No Stylist drops, bro. It was crazy out of nowhere. Everybody was hyped, was so crazy. And I think that was the best way to roll out No Stylist in my opinion, because first listen was so goated, especially when we heard that second half of the album. Because obviously the album was mostly filled with snippets, right? Same thing with Project X. It was mostly filled with snippets. We knew where we were going into. But then on that second half, it was like, yo, Lone is coming like this. And I remember everybody was glazing Lone. I was like, bro, Lone is the best artist out of this underground, and I still think he is. But I'm just saying, bro, when Lone came out, he delivered No Stylist, and that second half came on. Bro, come on, bro. No, it was like Lone exceeded his competition like crazy. His growth from Broken Hearts to No Stylist was crazy. The wait was well worth it. That was such a great wait. And you know, No Stylist has easily the most replay value for me in my opinion, because from No Stylist all the way up to leading to Alyssa Kill, every single day I put on God Strike Me Dead, I was listening to No Stylist. Every single day I would listen to No Stylist. And then to add on that, bro delivered the deluxe, Blitz, Allure. What else he had on the deluxe? Having My Way. Bro, come on, bro. Then we're going to talk about one of the best Lone songs to ever drop. And that's Never Ever, bro. Never Ever, bro. When that song came out, bro, I was playing it like 20 times a day. That song was my stuff, bro. And seeing Lone perform it, I was going crazy when Never Ever performed. I'd say Never Ever is a top 5 Lone song in my opinion. It just puts you in that mood. And just No Stylist is just such a clean, just such a, you know, such a journey in the album, right? You start off high, then you start off clean, then you go into like a Fake Dude, just like mosh pit type songs. And then you get into like the classics, which was like Pressure. Then we got Zombie. We got all of our grails, right? That Lone was, that was like early No Stylist days. And then that second half, it was like, bro, he just shit on everybody, bro. He exceeded his competition, and it was just like eye-opening to a lot of people. Easy S tier and the best Opium project to date. Obviously, we did a debate like last week. What is the best Opium project? A Great Chaos, No Stylist, Project X. And in my opinion, song for song and just overall, I got No Stylist, bro. Then we got Homicide Gang's debut project, debut studio album, I'll say, which is Homicide Lifestyle, which also was sort of a surprise drop. And this really impressed me. I don't know about you. I think this impressed, honestly, everybody, because nobody really knew what type of vibe Homicide Gang was going into with this project. Nobody really expected Homicide Gang to drop a good album, right? They made good songs, they made good little EPs, but nobody expect Homicide Gang to come like this on Homicide Lifestyle. They really really leveled up with this. This really impressed me. I was like, okay, Homicide Gang, they're cool. You know, they got cool EPs out. You know, Snotty World was cool. They had some cool little singles here and there. But like realistically, could we sit through a whole Homicide Gang album, 20 plus tracks? And I can confidently say I could with Homicide Lifestyle. Great project. Like I said, it impressed everybody. I think everybody kind of had that, you know, notion going into Homicide Lifestyle. It's like, can we really sit through a whole Homicide Gang project? Are they that good? And they're pretty good in my opinion, right? This was a great debut studio project from them. Obviously, we got something different on the project, which was Life, which went crazy. Dope music video. Then we got obviously like the beat selection on Homicide Lifestyle was crazy. Great beat selection. There was no bad beats. Ken and Lone both delivered. Lone's verse was easily the best feature. Then we got Life, which was something new that we've never seen from Homicide Gang, which they successfully pulled off. And overall, great project. I don't think anybody has any complaints with Homicide Lifestyle. And I put this, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna put this at A tier, to be honest, because I was replaying this heavy when this dropped. I'm not gonna lie to you. So that kind of concluded 2022 for Opium. Now we're heading into every drop that's dropped in this year of 2023, with Homicide Gang starting it off with Snot or Not, which is honestly not very needed. I don't think we needed a Homicide Gang project, especially since Homicide Lifestyle dropped like in November of 2022. It's not even been a year and they've dropped two projects, 2 albums since then, right? So I kind of felt like Snot or Not was not really needed. I'm not gonna lie, I was hating on it at first, but honestly, this project grew on me a lot. Obviously, we had Uzi work, which is crazy. Then we had Snot shit. Then we got Dive In, which was good. Then we had Homicide Language. And then this obviously dropped because they were going on their own solo tour, right? They opened up for Lone's No Stylist leg 1 and 2. And then they were like, yo, we want to go on our own tour. We're gonna drop a new project. We're gonna go on our tour. They successfully had a tour, which was dope. Homicide Gang really leveled up. They was like, yo, we can sell tickets, we can bring people, we can sell out venues, right? Which was dope from Homicide Gang. And I would say this probably definitely did grow on me. But yeah, honestly, nothing else to say. Overall, I'll probably rate this like a cool 7. And I'm gonna give Snot or Not probably like a cool B, in my opinion. Now we're heading into If List to Kill, which was probably, in my opinion, the most hyped up Opium release ever. Leading up to If List to Kill, everybody was hyped for this because obviously he had the song If List to Kill, which went stupid, right? So we had all these new listeners getting ready to gear up for the project. And then everybody was seeing like, yo, bro, how is he gonna come after he delivered No Stylist? How is he gonna one-up No Stylist? Can he one-up No Stylist? Because No Stylist really set that bar high, right? And then obviously leading up to If List to Kill, everybody was super hyped. I was super hyped. I was spamming videos at this time, bro, because I was super excited for this project. And it kind of came and went, in my opinion. It was none too crazy. I still think it's a cool, solid project from Lone. Should have definitely had less songs in it. There was like overall with the director's cut or the deluxe, there's like 35 songs in this project, right? Nobody wants to listen to 35 songs. And I remember I was like, I saw the track list at first before the project dropped, and I was like, all right, 26 songs. I could live through 26 songs, right? Lone dropped No Stylist. He's gonna go crazy, 26 for 26, right? Then If List to Kill came, and it was cool. It was whatever, but definitely the track list was definitely too bloated. There was definitely some highlights that I still listen to today. Like I still listen to Nunu. The best song on the project, in my opinion, is gonna be All the Time. All the Time is so good, just puts you in a great mood. All the Time, Nunu. What else he had? Biggest Problem. Those are probably Chris Paul. I'd probably say that's my top 4. Then you could put in like Raver, top 5. But there was a lot of highlights on this tape, but I just felt all the highlights were kind of hidden just because the track list was way too bloated, in my opinion. Still a solid body of work from Lone. I definitely felt as if, I said this earlier back in the year when this project dropped. If List to Kill dropped in October time, it would have had a whole different perception. If List to Kill dropped in October with a shortened track list, people would say this is a great body of work. People would be glazing this project still to this day. And the narrative kind of is like X. Everybody's hating on it. I still got If List to Kill over X, in my opinion. I kind of switched up. I was like, yo, this is the album of the year. And then like a couple weeks go by and I'm not really listening to it deep. And I was like, it was kind of a flop. But then when the director's cut came out, not when it officially dropped a couple weeks ago, but when the songs first came out or when they got leaked, bro, this album had me in a chokehold, bro. When it was like around June time, right? It had me in a chokehold, bro. Like it dropped in like May or springtime, and then I kind of didn't really go back to it. And then when those songs leaked back in June, I was stuck heavy on this project. Like, bro, Spillin' is crazy. Too Damn Rich is so fire. Back Sippin', bro, those 3 songs definitely had this album back in my rotation. I'd say in the summer of 2023. This was probably like my most replayed album in the summer of 2023. But honestly, I still don't listen to it to this day. Overall, if Lissa kills like a solid 7.9, 8 out of 10 in my opinion. None too crazy from Lone. Definitely some cool highlights, but it's, you know, it didn't live up to the hype. I wouldn't say it didn't live up to the hype, and it definitely didn't one up No Stylist. I think we can all agree on that. But I'm gonna give If Lissa Kill probably a B. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta put this at A. I'm not gonna lie. Having it in the same category as X, no way. And Homicide Lifestyle, nah, Homicide Lifestyle, I'm gonna put B, to be honest. I'm gonna switch that. Then we got, obviously, which was debated as the best Opium project to ever exist, being A Great Chaos. Everybody was going crazy on it. Bro sold like 50K, I think. He sold 50K, which was the highest charting selling album in Opium history, and literally half of what Whole Lotta Red did, which is crazy. Whole Lotta Red did 100. Ken does 50, which is crazy. It blew everybody's mind. Nobody expected Lone to sell that many albums. I was thinking, yo, he's gonna maybe sell like 22, like 30. He's gonna match Lone with If Lissa Kill on 30. But bro blew that out the water, which was crazy. Being that this album even got leaked a week before it officially dropped, and it's crazy. I definitely think A Great Chaos is the album of the year, but I'm not gonna lie to you, we're kind of like 3-4 weeks in since A Great Chaos has dropped, and I ain't really been listening to it as often, to be honest. Whereas like No Stylist, I was literally listening to No Stylist every single day for like the whole year leading up to If Lissa Kill. Whereas A Great Chaos, I don't really listen to it that often, to be honest. Like a couple, like here and there, a couple times a week I'll listen to it, but it doesn't have me in a chokehold like No Stylist, Project X, Broken Hearts had me in a chokehold, right? But overall, A Great Chaos, it's the second best Opium project. I'll give it that. It's definitely better than Project X. It's not better than No Stylist. I can't do that. I cannot do that. We had a whole debate, song for song, every single aspect of both albums. I had No Stylist over it. But A Great Chaos is a great body of work from Ken. Everybody is super happy with it. There's like really no complaints for anybody, right? I can't complain about it. I know I said I don't really listen to it that often, but there's no complaints. We got what we wanted. We got snippets. We got a good condensed track list. There was like 18 tracks. We got a dope music video. Ken sold well. There was nothing you can't complain or say anything negative about A Great Chaos. Obviously S tier easy. Then we're gonna end it off with the newest Opium project, which dropped like last week, which was Fifth Amendment, which was a big letdown in my opinion. Does anybody care for this project? Like, why did we get, there was like 20 plus songs on this. Why did we get a 20 song Homicide Gang album when we got Snot or Not earlier, like a couple months ago? This project was not needed. I don't see anybody talking about it. I didn't care for it. They did a surprise drop. Nobody's making videos on it. Bob Lamb's not making a video. I didn't care to make a video. Nobody cared about this Homicide Gang project. I think definitely we would have been happy with Homicide Lifestyle and Snot or Not being played on the Antagonist tour, but maybe they wanted to drop some new stuff for the Antagonist tour, which it wasn't needed, right? We did not need this project from Homicide Gang. This is easily the worst Opium project to exist. It just kind of came and went in the span of like one day. As I feel like everybody listened to it once and I was like, all right, whatever. And then the next day they're going back to listening to A Great Chaos. And also people are saying like Michi needed longer verses. No, he didn't, bro. People are saying Michi needs to go solo. No, he doesn't, bro. Bino is still the better out of the group. Bino and Michi both go crazy. I think they definitely have great music, great body of work. Homicide Lifestyle, Snot or Not, Snotty World are great projects. But this project, it was just whatever. It felt like they were just rapping on YouTube type beats. Also, when you're going into a Homicide Gang project, you're kind of going into it with like, all right, they're not going to be spitting the craziest bars, they're not going to have the craziest flows, but you know production is going to be stupid, right? And with this project, I can't really say that. I'm going to give this an F tier, honestly. There's nothing crazy about this project at all. It kind of like came and went in a day span. Everybody listened to it once. It was like, whatever. But this is going to be my ranking on the Opium discography, all right? Every single project that the Opium label has dropped has been ranked, all right? So we got S tier, this is no order, we got a Great Chaos, Broken Hearts, Teen X Relapse, Project X, and No Stylist. A tier, we're gonna go Snotty World, If Looks Could Kill. B tier, we're gonna go Snot or Not, X and Homicide Lifestyle. C, we're gonna go Teen X, the EP. And F, the worst Opium project to exist, is gonna be Fifth Amendment, all right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I know it's gonna be a war in the comments. Yo, how did you rank this? How did you rank that? And then when somebody drops their ranking, they're gonna be like, yo, I can't believe you did this, that. But comment down your ranking in the comment section below. Where should I, change something? And also remember, this is subjective, bro. This is my opinion. Do not get salty. I don't want to see no hate comments in the comment section because your favorite album wasn't ranked where I liked it, right? But if you guys liked the video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's Money May or Izzo, and I'm out. Thank you guys.